Hey everybody, this time it's just me. I had to take my daughter back. So, motivation. What does it mean to be a Marine, and what does it mean to be military and everything else? Well, a good analogy of it is like this. Each and every one of us, we're like a different Lego piece, okay? This is why military needs to always look out for military, but we also need to look out for other people too. All right? It's how families are made. It's how families are developed. And this is about motivation, okay? When we join the military, whether it's the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, Coast Guard, whatever it is, the Air Force, Reserve, National Guard, whatever it is you're joining, okay? And I like to use the Marines because I'm a Marine. First and foremost, I will always be a Marine. And it teaches us a lot of what teamwork is. Now, what is it exactly? And why do we get frustrated in our regular lives when we get over there? Being a Marine and being military and just being a regular everyday person, we're like a Lego piece. Yes, this is my analogy. A Lego piece. Why is it? You leave a Lego piece in the middle of the dark, in the middle of the night, on the floor or something, and somebody steps on it, man, it hurts like you wouldn't believe. You know, seriously, if you want to hurt a barefoot criminal, put Legos all over the place. Now, a Lego works okay on its own. But what happens when you need more Legos to become stronger? The more Legos you add together, the stronger you become. And if they fall apart, they go right back together again. There's nothing going to break the Legos. Okay? When you start adding in all the drama and all the negativity and the I can'ts and everything, you start losing Legos. You're strong enough on your own, we get that. We get it. But there is nothing Legos can't build or can't develop or in the long run be able to create. Look at all these creations that Legos have built. But each Lego is like a deck of cards. Now, I used to use the comparison of cards, you know. Problem is, yes, people can come, but Legos can stick together. Now, what happens if you add a little bit of glue to Legos? It's even stronger. Marines together, no matter what, you need to call our buddies. We need to call our military friends. And if we have just friends that aren't military, that may just be going through some depression or something, maybe we need to get a hold of them to make sure they're okay, even if they're just civilians. Because each and every one of us, yes, we are strong on our own. We get that. But man, we are undeniably stronger when we are all put together in our right place. And sometimes we make some of the weirdest designs. But guess what? We're doing it together. We have a good time doing it. But we fit whatever it is we need to do. We may be building a ship. We may be building a border. We may be... I don't mean that for politics. I'm talking about because of the... well, I guess I could really go with politics. I'm not going to, so don't go there. But like I said, tonight, one of my friends needs our prayers. We're going to pray for them. I've had people commit suicide. We need to pray for them and their family. Okay? We do lose Legos. And unfortunately, when we lose Legos, it can be felt. It's like the shot heard around the world. There's no denying it. Okay? I think I was a little upset, though, at my friend Paula. She wasn't military, but she should have been. And I got a graduating class of about 500. I worry that one day when I die, who's going to show up at my funeral? Maybe I won't tell anybody. But she was loved. My friends are loved. I got a lot of great people in my life right now, and each and every one of you do too. And I want you to all know that I care about you all. Each and every one of you are important. The other day, I wasn't getting rid of people with depression or anger or any kind of issues like that. I was getting rid of people that purposely went out of their way to objectify people. They were just being, there was nothing in their life that they were doing. They weren't depressed, they weren't angry, they weren't mad. They're just mean. And mean is not the same as people that need motivation. Mean is not the same as somebody being a bully because they have bad problems and everything in life, okay? We need to keep those people around whether we like it or not. We always need to understand, though, just because we have people around and we celebrate them, we must always go where we're celebrated, not tolerated, all right? We're going to have people in our life that tolerate us, and we're never going to get rid of them. There's no way we're going to do it. In fact, later on, they may start celebrating. But here's the biggest problem with them. They're not even celebrating themselves. They are tolerating themselves because they're not happy with something going on in their life, or they need to place the blame on somebody else. I got a little extended today and the last couple of weeks on a few things I did because there was a lot of people that really needed my help, and I helped them the best I could. Okay? So even I need the support structure of people that celebrate me, not tolerate me. But I'll tell you what, right now, I celebrate each and every one of you because you guys are all a blessing, not just to me, but you guys are a blessing to other people around you. And I don't need to tell you this so you're strong for me. I need to tell you this so you're strong for those people around you that need you today. For those veterans that have PTSD so bad they need a handshake. I got so mad when I read that businesses and stuff don't want to shake hands anymore. It bothers me because we're getting so far away from the human connection. We're getting so far away that we're causing deaths. We are killing our friends and family because we're coming up with rules, listening to some guy in corporate that's like, hey, you know what? There won't be any sexual harassment issues if no one shakes hands. But you want to know something? I still shake hands. I still give hugs. You're never going to stop me from doing it. I'll be in jail and they're going to say, why? It's because I shook a hand. Okay? I'm tired of being told that the human connection, we have to separate humans from each other. We have to do the exact opposite. We have to embrace each other. We have to give hugs. I was giving hugs at the parade, and I do give hugs to my friends and my family. I do shake hands. If I see somebody in the military, I do yell at them and say funny things to them. That's why I said it's negative positivity. Military does that to each other. We have a negative positivity, okay? We make fun of the Army, but there's not a person in the Army that I would not have their back with. Why? Whether I like them or not. Because we are brothers. We are sisters and brothers, okay? We are family. Do we give each other a hard time? Yes. Do people like, oh my God, you guys shouldn't? Well, you've never served. You don't understand. That's our way of having fun. And guess what? That's what makes us laugh. I saw the thing on TV, on a Facebook page the other day. It showed a Marine sitting down with his head going through PTSD. A guy coming up to him was like, my God, you're an ugly, blah, blah, blah. And it was funny as could be. And he's like, you know what? You're right. See, to us, we have been yelled at so many times so that we can get in and out of combat, so we can learn how to shoot, that we can protect the civilians. We are taught something that's called negative positivity so that when somebody gets in our face and is yelling at us, it doesn't bother us because we know that's not what they mean. We know that we would rather them do it to us than hurt somebody out there, okay? That's why when Marines get drunk and military gets drunk, sometimes they get stupid and people don't understand that their aggression is not what you think. They're used to being around each other to where we can control each other. But once we're out, we no longer control each other, and we miss each other, and we miss the good times, you know, the good times had by all. But there's not a single child, elderly, not a single religion that we would not defend, and that we would not protect, and that we would not lay down our life for. I was reading about today about another Marine. I don't know his rank. I think maybe a sergeant major. I don't know. I don't know the rank. But there was a wreck on the road, and he got out to help, and he saved this Japanese guy, and he got hit by a car. He felt he had to help, and he did. I watched Marines running into burning buildings to grow up elderly out of burning buildings. Now, some of this is on social media. Some of it's in the Marine Corps Times. Some of it is in the Navy Times. Some of it is in the news articles I read that I'm always keeping up with some of my military stuff. But here's just it. They'd do it for anybody. They don't know you, but they would defend you with their life. I got a buddy on here right now. Actually, I got two buddies on here right now. I'm going to wave at him. One's named Randy Twine. The other is Richard Korea. Now, I served with Richard in the Marine Corps. Andrew, I went to school with. Crystal, I know Crystal. And Mark Miller is a Marine. Okay? But Randy drove the Ride with Pride truck for Schneider, and it almost brought a tear to my eye when I saw that the last day was May 5th for him. And because he went around the country and he sees how great these military guys are, but he also got to see when they drink, and he gets to see them yelling, and he's heard us all talking to each other, and doesn't matter what branch we're in, we all kind of have a fun of basically gyrating towards each other. We have a habit of magnets all pulling each other together to where we're giving each other a hard time and we're having fun doing it. To people around us like, oh my gosh, what is wrong? No. Now, the new guys in the military, okay, the ones that are in that do not know that already, they think we're all serious. And they think but we all work together. We've always worked together. Now when I go out and help military units all the time, it's because I want each and every one of them to know that they are heroes. Every branch is, okay? Yes, I'm a Marine. But you want to know something, my fellow brothers and sisters in the military, they need help from my friends that are non-military, and my non-military needs help from my military friends to go out there and show them that, hey, we're strong on the outside, but we may be frail on the inside. But the non-military may be frail on the outside, but strong on the inside. So we all work together like Lego system, and you connect them all. Get out there with each other. Shake a hand, give a hug. Do not do any more than that. Just shake a hand and give a hug. And don't worry about what people say, think, or do. You know what you got to worry about? Worry about the barbecue and who's going to show up. Worry about when your friends don't show up to play pool. Worry about if somebody doesn't come to a meeting and you care about them, to give them a call to make sure they're okay. Don't worry about the small negativity stuff. Worry about those that are here one day and not there the next. Or all of a sudden they're quiet when they're normally loud. All of a sudden you see that they're having some difficulties, but there's an underlying. You got to pry. Whether you like it or not, you got to pry. You may think you're losing a friend. You're not. Because you don't know what they're going to go home and do. 22 military take their lives every day. I can almost promise, and I do not know the figures on it, in the regular world, in the United States alone, I'm sure it's almost, if not double, triple, or something like that, suicides per day from people that are depressed, that have their own PTSD, that lost their kids, lost their families, that lost all hope. I mean, I can think back, how many friends that are non-military in the last 10 years have taken their lives that are not military. So if you think that I'm only talking to military, you would be wrong. You need to get out there and you need to motivate them. And you want to know something? By motivating them, it will motivate you. So even if you are depressed, if you get your butt out, I was talking to a Marine yesterday, and I flat out told him, you're not answering your calls, you don't do anything. I'm like, don't give me your excuses. I was like, you're at home in bed, are you not? He finally admitted, yes, that's exactly where he's at. Why? Because he's depressed. Why? And I was like, I know it, because we've all been there. We've all done that. We've all felt that way. And I told him he needs to take one day at a time and get his butt out of bed and start. He's got kids and everything else, but he's fighting through depression. And I get a lot of my friends that are fighting through depression. And I got a lot of my friends, they put a smile on their face. There's times that I put a smile on my face and I don't want to smile. There are times when I've had parades and I'm the loudest guy out there. You notice one thing about me? I didn't even know there was a boom, meaning a cherry picker with WGM on the top of it at the last parade, because I was more worried about the people that I was walking within the parade, because I care about them, and making sure that they were safe, that they could get the whole distance, that the floats were keeping up, that the kids were in safe position, to make sure I knew where every kid, and they're not even my kids, but I know how I feel when my daughter's around, and I got to keep an eye on her at all times. And there was a whole bunch. If you saw me in it, we had a whole bunch of them in there. I basically heard people yelling at me. I'd yell their name and everything else. My buddy Nick, I didn't even know he yelled my name. Because we're all paying attention to what matters the most. And to me, walking the parade meant that we are we're putting a spotlight on the Soapbox Derby, the Marine Corps League, Fishing for Freedom. We're putting a spotlight on, people that give their all. And the people that are in the parade doing this, getting the candy out there, some may just think it's a parade. But to me, it's a way we can say thank you. It's also a way to show there's a support group out there. There are people out there. We had a religious group out there. I think one guy told me, thank you 12 times. He kept thinking I was somebody different. but I was grateful, that's fine. But that's why I always invite people to come walk with us and everything, and give out candy, and just to walk with us, just to be part of something, even if it's just for a day. Doesn't matter if they're military or not, just for a day. Come and be part of us. Come be part, and it's not a religion. It's about just human beings connecting with each other and having a good time. I could care less if somebody likes me or not. I don't care what drama is. I don't care what negativity is. I'm going to keep going no matter what. Why? Because I live by the motto. If I don't do it, then I don't know if anybody else will, so nobody else is going to do it. If you don't go out there and do it, there's no guarantee anybody else is going to do it. And if you don't do it, it'll die. If I don't protect my freedoms and the freedoms of my friends around me, it'll do it. If I don't speak up about a simple thing as a handshake, eventually they'll disappear, because nobody else will stick up for it. And I'm hoping my daughter and the people around me learn that when Jeff's voice goes quiet, when the people out there go quiet, there will always be another one that will rise up to be just as loud, if not louder. I'm not that important today. But the people that come after me, they're going to shine. My daughter one day, she's going to shine. She already shines. She's already smarter than me. Don't tell her I said that. She'll try to take advantage. But each and every one of you, there's bike clubs out there. Get on a bike. Go for a bike ride. Go for a walk. You know, this summer, we're going to be riding bikes and everything else. Quincy Bicycle Shop. You know, go get a bike. You know, come to a Marine Corps League meeting. Come to the Soapbox Derby coming up. Go to QuincyDerby.com. Get your kids registered for QuincyDerby.com. Great cardboard boat regatta from the Quincy Park District. It should be online here pretty soon. There are some magnificent people putting all this stuff together. And my town has some magnificent businesses in it, some magnificent business owners, some magnificent people in it, some great religions of every religion. I'm not down in one single one. You know why? No one around here is trying to kill each other. No one around here is trying to blow each other up. But you want to know something? My community has every religion, even if they're agnostic, and they are wonderful because, you know, they love each other. They care about each other. They show up to things like June Fest or the Crate Cardboard Boat Regatta or the Soapbox Derby or Fishing for Freedom. You got to see a community come out. My community comes out for anything. They don't care as long as you show up. Even if you're late, as long as you show up. My God, you don't go to a 4th of July celebration in this town, everybody will know it. But that's because we care. We care about each and every one of you. We don't care about your drama. We don't care he said, she said. We don't care about your divorce. We don't care who's cheating on with what, or who, what, or how. All we care about is you show up and that you treat other people with respect and you shake people's hands, you give them a hug, you let them know they matter. I don't care what your political faith or your faith is. I really don't. You know why? I care who you are. Now, if you want to know where my underlying stuff is, yes, I'm a Catholic. Yes, I believe in God and Jesus. There you go. I'm not afraid of God or Jesus, but I'm also not going to push my faith or belief on somebody else who already has love in their heart. Okay? Why? Because I'm not at war with them. My war is with the people that have depression, that we need to get them off depression. My beef is ones that PTSD. My beef is ones that don't feel motivated to go out there and do anything with their life. My beef is teaching somebody to write an application for a job so they can finally work. And if the application doesn't work, to teach them to write a resume. So a resume is better than an application. My job is to teach them to go to a vocational school to learn trade. Go to a truck driving school to learn how to be a trucker. To haul the goods of America. Those are my battles. To help people, to motivate them. Maybe if I just talk enough, they'll say, I'll go do it if you just shut up, Jeff. Hey, good deal. But I'm not going to shut up. Because you matter. And each and every one of you need to know you matter. Each and every one of you needs to matter because one day my little girl's going to get older and she's going to help you or she's going to need you. Or both. One day your mom and dad are going to need you. One day you're going to need somebody. And I just want you to know, I'm here. You got your friends around you. Stick out a hand, shake a hand, give a hug. My name is Jeff Jansen. Tonight, each and every one of you matters. Tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you shine. Tonight, there is nobody better than you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Do not go to the bars to get around the drunks that want you to buy them drinks. Instead, go out, take a walk with your friends and family. Go to a neighbor, knock on the door, say hi. Call up a friend or family if you haven't talked to in a while. Do something different, but get out of your bubble. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something uncomfortable. You'll thank yourself later for it. And that's how we change the world. One friend at a time. And everybody's a friend. Some people just have bad days. All right, everybody. My name is Jeff. I got some homework I got to do. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do, actually. And I just want each and every one of you to know you matter, you're important, and thank you for being my friend. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye now.